What's going on? Welcome to today's trade recap of the day. Today is Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026. I'm going to be going over today's price action. The one trade I am taking today, I lost around $12,000 on the day, so we're going to get into that. Everything I did right, everything I did wrong on this trade and on this day. And let's get into it. Honestly, today was a pretty good A-rated setup, a pretty good loss in my opinion. I was due for a loss, been on a decent win streak the past couple of days, so it is necessary to rebalance the statistic. And yeah, honestly, execution was there. I think the bias was just overall wrong. But yeah, my key level I think was great. My draw and liquidity I think was great. But my overall bias was wrong. And that is like the main determining factor on whether or not a trade is going to play out. So it is extremely important to get your bias right. And honestly, like my bias was just more than wrong, dude. I just got completely obliterated on this trade. But let's get into it, okay? First things first, I'm going to show you guys the P&L. Right here. Here it is. $12,000 for $450 across all of my accounts. And now let's get into the setup. Okay, so coming into the day, I did honestly have a bullish bias, right? My bias was bullish. Reasoning for this was because price was just very clearly trending up and we were just going up. And I looked at the next recent high we had here and it was this buy side liquidity pool here, this 4-hour intermediate high, right? So clearly respecting bullish, disrespecting bearish. We were disrespecting these gaps. So I wanted to continue that trend and expect price to continue trending up. Now, the one thing I kind of wanted to just disregard here was just this SMT that we had, right? So we did have an SMT. ES did take out this 4-hour intermediate high yesterday, right? But we didn't provide any sort of like reaction off that, right? So we hit this high and then ES just continued to go up. NQ continued to go up as well. So I was just like, okay, my bias is still going to be bullish until I get proven wrong. And how do I get proven wrong? Well, whenever we're in like higher time frame buy models and higher time frame sell models, those higher time frame SMTs to me are just, I'm looking to see those just simply provide a rebalance in the market. So for example, if we have a move like this, right, we do like this, and then maybe we hit like a high right here on ES, and then we have an SMT. I'm usually just looking to see price just rebalance that range and then go back up, and then I can still target this high and still target these highs, and these will now be seen as just relatively equal highs as the main draw on liquidity, right? And just have those SMTs do the rebalancing work, and then this SMT would no longer be valid, and then I can target that, right? So that's usually how I'm thinking about SMTs. Not every SMT is going to hold for the whole entire day, especially pre-market SMTs. I'm not putting too much weight onto them. So it was that example for here today. And my key level that I want to see get hit and the lowest point in which I want to see price go to was this 4-hour fair value gap here. That was a little bit in discount here, right? So we have a 4-hour gap right here. And then we also have a little bit more of a discounted 4-hour gap right here. And I was looking to see price trade into this and then this be the lowest point in which I'd want to see price go to, have displacement from that, get the highest time from inversion, and then have some good lower time from targets and, you know, aim for that 1-to-1, right? So that's really what I was aiming for. So if we look and play out open here, fast forward a little bit, fast forward a little bit more, you can see we had open, right? So open ended up trading lower, right? So we had a 930 open low. What I also loved about open is how we didn't manipulate higher. We had an unfilled 15-minute gap right here. We didn't have a 930 open high. That would usually signify bearishness and bearish price action for the day. But we had 930 end up generating liquidity throughout all these stacked highs here and then trading lower. So I was like, okay, this looks really good for longs, right? Because we are generating liquidity. We are adding to our liquidity pools, right? And then we end up trading lower. We end up trading into this 4-hour fair value gap right here. We then also traded even lower to that, hitting this 4-hour gap that's a little bit more in discount, while ES also had a really nice just manipulation move, hitting this 4-hour gap on ES, and then also holding this bullish SMT, right? So we had that bullish SMT still in play. And ES still is manipulating into a key level, which is what I love to see for those higher time from SMTs. And yeah, from there, we end up just getting displacement up. We end up respecting that key level at the time, getting the highest time from inversion of this manipulation leg, which was the 2-minute. There was no 3-minute, there was no 4-minute, there was no 5-minute. There was a 5-minute up here, which was my mech model target. So I was just looking to take this for a 1-to-1, look to see price rebalance. And then, yeah, if price wants to run all these highs, all of this trend line liquidity, and then potentially all the way back up here to these relative equal highs. That was my bias for the day, honestly. And I was just honestly completely wrong about bias. And I got smoked on this. It ended up stopping me out fairly quickly. just like that. And then we did end up trending lower at this point. Very obviously bearish bias. So then just looking for any real short, but of course we just ended up trending lower and not providing any real short opportunity from there. So I ended up just getting off for the day and calling it there. But yeah, today was honestly a really decent setup. I'm not mad at this loss. It was just a day where I got my bias wrong. And again, I'm not like too mad at this. It's just something to note that, you know, we have a 4-hour rally gap here. We hit the internal high, and the higher time from target, I guess, past that and is all-time highs, which can be pretty high resistant at times, which makes sense that we don't want to go to that now. Maybe we want to go to it tomorrow. Maybe we just want to rebalance the range even more. I don't know. There's also government shutdown, which just could have provided a bunch of bearish price action. I think there's like, I'm pretty sure I read something on like government shutdown because there was like no news today. They moved NFP to like next week, or it's tentative now. Like, I don't even know. So that news definitely could have, you know, dumped price a little bit. But yeah, that being said, mechanically and everything like that, following my strategy, following my rules, I think I did great on that. So again, not too mad about this trade. I'm not going to beat myself up. Was needing a loss, had some pretty good winning days these past couple of days, so this was upcoming and I was ready for it. But yeah, took this with good amount of light size, $450, good risk, and I'm happy about it. So played it pretty well, but that's pretty much it. I'm gonna stop yapping and end this trade recap here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Not much else to go over. Yeah, I'm just going to journal this, move on, get on with my day, go hit a run. Beautiful weather in Miami. Can't be more grateful to live here. So I'm going to just get outside here and just call it a day here, get off the charts. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you guys want any discount codes for prop firms, I'm currently partnered with Tradeify, Apex, and Alpha, all code PB, all links in the description below. And if you guys want to start copy trading your accounts, make sure to use TradeSinger. That's what I use to copy trade all of my 28 accounts. And that's how I'm able to have these big winning days and also sometimes these big losing days. So yeah, thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next recap. And also I'm going to be dropping a video fairly soon, I'm guessing this Sunday, on how to trade prop firms correctly, how to get payouts from them. A lot of you guys are trading prop firms the wrong way and don't know how to actually scale with them. So I'm going to show you and tell you guys everything that you need to know about prop firms. But yeah, that being said, have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.